So, if something happens to your house, a tree falls on it, a storm rips up the roof, there's a fire, having insurance is critical. But it's not just about being covered. The type of coverage that you choose can really make a big difference in how much money you actually get back. So, today we're joined by Christopher Cook with Alliance Insurance Services to kind of break down the options. And so, we have something called replacement cost and actual cost value. So what is the difference?
Sure. So a lot of times I use car insurance to explain this because we're accustomed to this in the car insurance space. Actual cash value uses depreciation to determine what you're paid out in the event that you've had an insurance claim. So in the roof example, if it would have cost $15,000 to replace the roof on your home, and the roof shingles had a 20-year life expectancy, and you've used half of those years, so it's a 10-year-old roof, then they're going to say, well, you've used half of this, Tanya, so we're going to, yes, it would cost $15,000 to replace your roof, but you've already used half of the lifespan, so we're only going to pay you $7,500 minus your deductible, which is another conversation. A replacement cost policy is going to pay the full replacement cost for what it costs to make the repair. And those two things can be drastically different for sure.
Okay, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. You're kind of going in and out, but I'm hearing your voice, so that's okay. We're going to continue on with this. I know we have like
I
a
can turn the
graphic
video
that
off if
kind
that
of,
helps.
yeah, we kind of have a graphic that shows what the difference is on when you have replacement cost and actual cost value. So that graphic is up right now, the ACV versus RCV. And the example that is up is like a hailstorm damages your roof, and it's $8,000 to repay for your roof right there. Your deductible's $2,000. When it is replacement cost, you know, you don't have to pay anything else and you're going to get the full $6,000. But when it's actual cost value, it kind of deducts that to about $3,500. That's how much that insurance is going to pay for. Talk a little bit about what that really means when you're making an insurance claim.
Sure. I mean, when you're filing that claim, the adjuster is going to either factor in depreciation or he or she is not. They have to factor in depreciation in an actual cash value coverage settlement. In the replacement cost settlement, they are just studying what it costs and analyzing what it costs to truly replace that damaged roof in this particular instance.
Okay, we're going to try and turn your camera back on real quick and see if it has fixed itself. All right, looks a little bit better anyway. We appreciate that. The whole point of this is you don't want to get stuck when you are making an insurance claim and then realize you're really not covered for what you thought you were.
Yeah, a couple different factors that bring it up. Insurance companies are starting to offer only replacement cost coverage on older roofs. And we certainly want viewers to be informed about that and understand if their policy has changed to actual cash value roof coverage, that's a pretty big deal. The other factor that I would highlight is it's cheaper to buy an actual cash value policy. And so sometimes human beings default to getting the cheaper option, and that's not always going to be the best for you in the event that you have a major claim. We saw fire damages across the country. If you had a house fire and your entire home burned down and you had actual cash value coverage, that could be catastrophic financially if you're trying to replace that house.
And I'm guessing there's probably a whole bunch of people at home that go, I don't know what I have.
That is exactly right. It's not too difficult. The insurance policy does highlight that pretty quickly on the declarations page, we call it, towards the front of the policy documents, replacement cost or actual cash value. Simple question to your insurance agent as well. Do I have replacement cost on my property? Do I have replacement cost on my roof? Because sometimes that's a separate limit. And do I have replacement cost on my contents? This affects the same things inside your home as well.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time and your expertise. If people want to know a little bit more about that, we're going to post this on our website.